Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again, help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamarr Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, alright? Or just amazon.com. Alright, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. How to get with a Leo woman. So the zodiac sign Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun rules our inner child. It rules our self-confidence, our vitality for life, our connection to our life purpose, and our higher self. So when it comes to a Leo woman, these women are very self-confident, very sure of themselves. Typically, they are very connected to their higher purpose, their life purpose, and if they're not, they're seeking to connect with their life purpose. All right, because that's all a Leo wants, is just to connect with their life purpose, and typically it involves helping people, helping humanity. Okay, shining light on humanity, because they're ruled by the sun. The sun shines light on humanity, right? The sun is needed on so many aspects, on a physical aspect, as well as the sun's visually appealing, right? And also a spiritual aspect. The sun makes us feel good, most of the time. All right, so with that being said, and that's no shade to Leo woman, that's shade to the sun. Okay, so Leo women like a partner who is typically very confident in themselves. They like a partner who is very bold and brave, because these women are typically very bold and brave in themselves. This is the type of woman who sticks up for herself. Okay, she's not afraid to speak her mind. All right, she's not afraid to let her opinions be heard, because she believes her opinions matter, and most of the time they do. They do matter. They matter a lot, and they definitely matter to the Leo woman. So honor their opinions, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. All right, honor their opinion. Don't dismiss them, because that's going to make them angry. These people are very, these women are very, they can be very proud of themselves, and it can be in a boastful way, but it's not always in a boastful way. It's I'm proud of the person that I am kind of way, and that's a powerful thing. So they typically like someone else who is proud of themselves, proud of who they are, proud of their opinions and their beliefs, even if necessarily other people aren't proud or don't agree, all right, with their opinions or beliefs, or with how they live their life, period. All right. You have to have thick skin. All right, Leos typically grow up having to have thick skin. All right, you don't grow self-confident, you don't grow bold and brave by not having to go through stuff, right? These women aren't strong for a reason, whether they were bullied, whether they just grew up in like a tough family. A lot of times, Leos can just be very sunny. Leo women can be so sunny, they can be so much, they can be so much fun, just so much joy, and sometimes people can't deal with that. Actually, it's actually kind of crazy. So people can sometimes hate on the Leo woman a little bit, and it's interesting because Aquarius, their polar opposite zodiac sign, kind of gets the same thing, but in a different way. Whereas Leo is more outwardly sunny, bright, me, Aquarius is more inwardly me, two polar opposites, but at the same time, they have a lot in common, right? With that comes having to have thick skin on the same, spectrum. Leos have to have thick skin. They grow up having to learn how to have thick skin, the men and the women. But but women specifically, you know, women could be a little catty, all right? Well, not a little, a lot, all right? Me as a gay man, I get a lot of shade from women too sometimes. It's actually kind of weird, but whatever. Leo women kind of need you to be the same way. Like, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, you know, they need you to be able to kind of have thick skin. Sorry about that. That was a alert. So anyways, they need you to have thick skin. You know, they need you to be bold and brave and be able to deal with haters, you know, and sometimes people have issues with like PDA and love. Sometimes people just have issues with that, you know, and Leos sometimes feed off of that a little bit. You know, Leos kind of may even laugh a little bit louder, smile a little bit harder when they know someone's hating on them. So they're kind of like a partner who is proud, who's self-confident in that way, who can kind of be proud with them, but at the same time they also like a partner who can kind of keep them in check sometimes. So they don't mind a partner who can kind of tell them you're doing too much, chill out, calm down, because they can have tempers too. So they do like people who can like calm them down, and you know, whose energy calms them down specifically, right? Because the thing with Leo women is that, you know, they love a person who can bring out their inner child, right? Because here we have the inner child. It rules, the sun rules our general relationships with children. All right, and in order to have a general relationship with children, you probably had to have been a child at some point, right? Whether you're a human, a dog, a cat, you know, it doesn't really matter. We were all children at once, right? So we kind of understand, you know, that relationship, how to deal with them. At the same time, as we grow up, we kind of learn how to tame our inner child, right? Leos aren't that way, all right? Whereas, for example, Saturn, like we're tamed from the jump, you know. Capricorn, Aquarius, we're tamed from the jump, right? But Leos, like, they seem to stay eternally young, eternally youthful, and they kind of like someone who has that same aspect to them, you know, who is just like a little child inside, you know, who can let their little child come out and play, you know, every now and then. They like that kind of person who has a sense of humor, who can laugh, who can play and be playful and not always be so serious, you know. So they really, really like those kind of people, you know, who can just be adventurous every now and then and just let their inner child come out and act a fool, right? So they love that. And, you know, Leos love romance. You know, Leo rules the 5th house. So the 5th house is ruled by the sun. So the 5th house, one of my favorite houses in astrology. By the way, get a birth chart reading from me. I would love to read for you. I love reading birth charts and natal charts. But the 5th house rules romance and how we approach love and romance. And, you know, this is our lovers as opposed to our marriage partners, which is the 7th house, one of my other favorite houses. But yeah, the 5th house is also our creativity. So Leos are super duper creative, whether they are creative artistic people or they're just creative in the way that they think, you know, that the way that they approach life, you know. And they kind of like the same type of person. You have to remember this is a fire sign, so Leos typically are very spontaneous and dramatic, and they like a little bit of flair to life, right? So they kind of like a similar personality, but not a mirror image, okay? Because there can only be one Leo in a relationship, all right, most of the time. But they like someone who they can share center stage with, right? Now, what else can I say about how to get with the Leo woman? I've already said so much. They definitely like someone with style. Now, you know, I think I've done a video on this. I've had my YouTube channel for years now, since I was young. Alright, so you may have to go back a few years, but I think I talk about the zodiac signs in fashion and maybe the most fashionable zodiac signs, or maybe I talk about the 12 zodiac signs as like a fashion brand. I think that's what it was. I think I mentioned Leo as like very fashionable or something like that. I think I did a video where there's like style, the most stylish, and then the 12 fashion brands. So check those out. But I think Leo is definitely one of the most stylish. So these Leo women are super duper stylish, mostly, you know, for the most part. You know, even if their style is kind of out there. Because remember, no Leo's the same. You know, you could be dealing with the Sagittarius sun, but a Leo moon. Cancer sun, you know, Scorpio moon, but a Leo rising. You know, like, it really depends. That's why you need a birth chart reading, right? Or just to know someone's birth chart, which I also do compatibility readings too. But yeah, they like someone with style. You know, they like someone with a little bit of, and I hate to use this word because I know everyone doesn't like it, a little bit of swag, alright? To be honest with you, you know, whatever swag means to that person. If it's not swag, I would say finesse. How about that, Leo? A little bit of finesse to them, alright? I just got a little bit of cool, maybe even. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. It's summer, it's hot. You know how it is, alright? Or maybe you don't. I don't know where you live. But anyways. What else can I say about Leo women? They like someone with a sense of humor. These women are so funny. They can tell a story. So they love someone who can laugh at their stories, who enjoys their stories, is very important. Someone who enjoys their stories. Someone who enjoys talking. Alright, you know, these are very carnal women. I mean, the fire signs, I view them as very carnal, but at the same time, very intellectual. Alright, they are also people who like to connect on a mental level as well as a physical and emotional level. But the thing with emotions, excuse me, is that they're very passionate when it comes to their emotions, Leo, which is where that kind of drama and that sense of flair and, you know, eccentricity comes from, you know. So, but these women are so funny. They can tell a story. Alright, so you must enjoy their stories, okay? You have to get along with their friends and their family. You know, family is very important to them, typically. Alright, their friends are very important to them. A lot of times they will regard friends as family, especially if they're childhood friends, remember, or if they're just someone who has known Leo in their young years, whatever young means to you. Young is relative these days, you know. Well, there is such thing as too young, alright, but we're talking about friendships, but, you know, someone you've known for a long time. A lot of times childhood friendships can just be someone you've known for a long time, right? I don't know why that was... Well, I guess because we're talking about Leo and how to get with a Leo, so that makes sense. Okay, I get why I had to add that too young part in there. Sometimes I just say stuff and I'm like, why did I say that? Mars in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius, and sometimes Mars and Mercury in Sag, they can just talk and think and just not know what they're saying and just not know what they're thinking. They can just daydream and be all over the place, so... But Leo women, what about them? They can tell a story. They're so funny. You know, they age gracefully, so they love someone who can age gracefully. Remember, this is the, you know, childhood. So, you know, this is the eternal youthful beauty. So, you know, what's that Beyonce song? Don't think you're not irreplaceable. You know, don't act up. Because the Leo, remember, Leos are very self-confident, you know, so they're ruled by the sun. So, you know, I hate to say it, but people are always kind of looking in a Leo's direction, you know. So always stay on your toes with a Leo woman, alright? I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, alright? You know, these women can also be very flirtatious, so you have to be okay with that, too. You have to be okay with, you know, that, you know, people looking, you know, Leos are very attractive, you know, for the most part. So you just have to be confident, you know, like I was saying. You have to be brave, you have to be courageous, not overconfident, not like arrogant, but confident in who you are. You know, I think is the number one key factor, even if you have to fake it until you make it a little bit. Because Leo women can be a little bit intimidating sometimes, right? You know, with that sunny, and you know, I'm here, I'm in your face, you know, kind of energy, right? So, can be a lot for people, you know, but also alluring at the same time. You know, you can't help but sometimes stare at the sun because it's just so beautiful, right, in the sky. So this is how to get with a Leo woman from the perspective of a gay man, alright? So if you would like a personal, private, confidential psychic tarot reading, birth chart reading, messages from your spirit guides, and more, contact me on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I would love to read for you. Namaste, love, and light. Hey guys, thank you for listening and watching. Please hit the like button, share with your friends and your family. And also, please subscribe, of course. And if you're interested in my ebook, check out my ebook. Purchase it on my website or on Amazon. I would also love it if you would follow me on my social media, Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, thank you guys for listening and watching. And I'll catch you in the next video, alright?